Hope is a dangerous thing.
Hope, like anything, can be a double-edged sword, but I have seen time and time again it's what keeps us going when we would rather give up. The thing that we can put our hope in is that we can get better, that we can get stronger. Growth is the only thing that makes life tolerable.
There's no such thing as staying the same. You're either growing or you're regressing.
All my limits are here. What if you tie your worth to your growth, which is something you can control? Growth is actually everything.
It's literally the only thing.
And the power of Andy's story is he finds ways to just keep moving forward even though he's confined.
Welcome to Cinema Therapy. My name's Alan Seawright. I'm a professional filmmaker who needs therapy. That guy.
Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies. What's going on?
You remember?
I did that.
I don't
Sorry.
either. It was really high pitched.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Thank you.
Remember when we were teenagers, how there was a movie that was on cable all the time?
Yes, Weekend at Bernie's.
The other one?
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that one. We're
Okay.
going to talk about Shawshank Redemption. This episode was actually selected by our patrons over on our Patreon, patreon.com/cinematherapy. Once every 2 or 3 months, the patrons get to pick an episode, and we talk about it. And they picked The Shawshank Redemption and made me cry.
The movie that saved TBS.
Movie that saved America.
He is the chief, so everybody hail like crazy.
This is rightfully regarded as one of the best movies ever made.
Correct.
So what do you want me to be looking at with this?
I think we're, the main theme is hope in the face of hopelessness and horribilosity.
You know what? Just start the damn
Nope,
clip.
here we go.
I gotta pay tax on the car. Repair, maintenance, goddamn kids pestering you to take them for a ride all the time. And at the end of the year, you figure the tax wrong, you gotta pay them out of your own pocket. I tell you, Uncle Sam, he puts his hand in your shirt and squeezes you till it's purple. The man never gets a break. That's the truth. You said rich getting himself killed.
Keep telling no.
Some brother.
Hey!
Mr. Hadley, do you trust your wife?
Oh, that's funny. You're gonna look funnier sucking my dick with no teeth.
What I mean is, do you think she'd go behind your back, try to hamstring you?
That's it. Step aside, Mert. This having himself an accident.
You don't push him off the roof. Because if you do trust her, there's no reason you can't keep that 35,000.
What did you say?
35,000.
35,000?
All of it.
All of it?
Every penny.
You better start making sense.
If you want to keep all that money, give it to your wife. The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse for up to $60,000.
Tax-free?
Tax-free. IRS can't touch 1 cent.
You're that smart banker what killed his wife, aren't you? Why should I believe a smart banker like you? So I can end up in here with you?
It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS. They'll say the same thing. Actually, I feel stupid telling you this. I'm sure you would have investigated the matter yourself.
Yeah. Nah, I don't need no smart wife-killing banker to tell me where the bear's in the buckwheat.
Of course not. But you do need someone to set up the tax-free gift for you. And that'll cost you. A lawyer, for example.
Bunch of ball-washing bastards.
I suppose I could set it up for you. That would save you some money. If you get the forms, I'll prepare them for you. Nearly free of charge. I'd only ask 3 beers apiece for each of my co-workers.
Co-workers, get him. That's rich, ain't it?
I think a man working outdoors feels more like a man if you can have a bottle of suds. In my opinion.
Just my opinion.
Sir.
What are you Jimmy staring at? Back to work!
Go, work!
And that's how it came to pass that on the second to last day of the job, the convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of '49 wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking icy cold Bohemia-style beer, courtesy of the hardest screw that ever walked a turn at Shawshank State Prison.
Pick up while it's cold, ladies.
The colossal prick even managed to sound magnanimous. We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men. Hell, we could have been tarring the roof of one of our own houses. We were the lords of all creation. As for Andy, he spent that break hunkered in the shade, a strange little smile on his face, watching us drink his beer.
Hey, want a cold one, Andy?
No, thanks. Gave up drinking.
You could argue he'd done it to curry favor with the guards. Or maybe make a few friends among us cons. Me, I think he did it just to feel normal again, if only for a short while.
Oh, man. You hate narration as a general rule.
Usually it's a crutch. You lean on it to get yourself out of a storytelling situation where you just, I can't write my way out of this. And this movie has 9 million pages of narration. Morgan Freeman covers a multitude of sins.
I'm God.
Also, this narration is so well written.
Yeah.
And so heartfelt. This movie's a storybook.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it feels like he's telling you a story.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. This whole film. I love that that's, it's 10 in the morning, but it's obviously 7:30 p.m. The sun is at the very bottom because that's when it is the most beautiful. And that's all we care about. It's a movie. Don't at me.
To me, it feels like Morgan Freeman is telling you this beautiful story and you're just like sitting there just like,
Tell us more, Papa Morgan. Jono. Hey, Jono.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I was just listening to Solaria from La Notte de Figaro.
Yeah, smart. Listening to it on your Raycon everyday earbuds, I see, so the guards don't catch you.
Right.
Right.
The sound quality is so clear, I got lost in the music and I forgot we were supposed to be filming.
Next time, switch to awareness mode instead of noise isolation. That way I don't have to startle you.
That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just need to get lost in the music,
I do.
Get busy living or get busy listening. It's the same thing. Spoiler alert. Here, I'll just turn the volume down with the tap function.
Oh, very nice. Whether you are looking for a pair of everyday earbuds, low latency gaming headphones, or a speaker with a battery that will last all night at your next party or when you're stuck down in the hole, Raycon's got you covered.
Raycon start at half the price of other premium audio brands.
And every purchase has an easy and free return guarantee, and they offer buy now, pay later options.
Ready to buy something small with a big impact?
Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/cinematherapy and get 15% off your Raycon purchase. Raycon, the only headphones that you don't have to escape from prison to buy.
I think there are others who would make that offer.
I made it explicit for Raycon.
Raycon, they're actually really great earbuds. You should buy them. Mm-hmm. On the infamous poster, the rain-soaked poster of the film, it says that fear can hold you prisoner while hope can
set you free.
Yeah. He's talking about the prison of the mind at this point. Because obviously they're all still incarcerated. But the things that we do to find reprieve, when the hardships are inescapable, right?
Yeah.
Either the consequences of our own choices or things that have been thrust upon us that we didn't ask for. Like, how do we find that peace? And, Bane says in The Dark Knight Rises that hope is, he can use it as a poison, right? And the warden, I think, in this film, he says that hope is the only thing that's more powerful than fear, right? And people use hope to manipulate others because if just over the next hill, like if we can just, and people stay in abusive relationships because like, maybe if I hold on just a little longer, like things can turn a corner. And it's hard to know. Hope, like anything, can be a double-edged sword, but I have seen time and time again, it's what keeps us going when we would rather give up.
Never give up, never surrender.
It's what keeps people going in therapy and in life when they're just like, I should just be done because it's not getting any better. We hope that things will get better, but in my experience, sometimes they do, but the thing that we can put our hope in is that we can get better, that we can get stronger, that we can grow more resilient, more compassionate, more intelligent, more capable of facing things, and using that hope as our fuel to grow, because growth is the only thing that makes life tolerable. We stay the same and we're just...
Well, there's no such thing as staying the same. You're either growing or you're regressing.
Yes, absolutely.
So.
And for so many prisoners in Shawshank, they're regressing.
Yeah.
Right? They're not free men anymore, and so they regress. And the power of Andy's story is he finds ways to just keep moving forward even though he's confined.
Brooks, look at me. Put the knife down. Brooks, look at his neck, for God's sake. Brooks, look at his neck. He's bleeding.
It's the only way they'd let me stay.
Come on, this is crazy. You don't want to do this. Come on. Put it down. Hey, come on. Take it easy.
What the hell did you do to set him off anyway?
I didn't do nothing. I come in here to say fare thee well. Ain't you heard his parole come through?
I just don't understand what happened in there, that's all.
Old man's crazy as a rat in a tin house is what.
Oh, hey, well, that's enough out of you. It's just... It's just institutionalized.
Institutionalized my ass.
The man's been in here 50 years, Hayward. 50 years. This is all he knows. In here, he's an important man. He's an educated man. Outside, he's nothing. Just a used-up con with arthritis in both hands. Probably couldn't get a library card if he tried. You know what I'm trying to say?
Red, I do believe you're talking out of your ass.
You believe whatever you want, Floyd. But I'm telling you, these walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them. Enough time passes, it gets so you depend on them. That's institutionalized.
You can never get like that.
Oh, yeah? Say that when you've been here as long as Brooks has.
Goddamn right. They send you here for life. That's exactly what they take. Part that counts, anyway.
Oh, man.
So, obviously, this is talking about getting institutionalized in a prison system, right?
Yeah.
Do you see people getting institutionalized in their own sort of mental or emotional prisons? What is that like? How can you break free from that?
Yeah. People get institutionalized in abusive relationships, right?
Sure.
Like, they don't think they can leave because how can I survive without this person? Because I've been told so many times, you're garbage and you're nothing without me and you can't survive without me. And then we rely so much on others that we don't develop the skill set to survive on our own sometimes, either literally or emotionally. So there's institutionalized in relationships, there's institutionalized in belief systems, there's institutionalized in groups. The thing I've wrestled the most with in my life is the walls. He talks about the walls of self-doubt. And in my case, it's like, here are the areas where I feel comfortable, where I feel like I thrive. Mm-hmm. And so I just very comfortably stay there because, like, in here, he's an educated man, and here he's somebody like, if I'm staying in this lane where I'm respected or where I feel like I've done the work to know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about, I feel confident and strong. What happens if I step outside of that? And it's too scary. And for me, that's been something that I've been trying to break free of, is all my limits are here.
Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
I think it comes down to challenging your subjective perception is not objective reality, no matter how much it feels like it is.
And it will feel 100% like it is.
Yeah.
Because it's your perceived reality.
Yeah.
But perceived reality has very little to do with actual reality, no matter who you are, no matter how enlightened you are.
Well, and in some cases, like, there's truth to what your fears are. Like, Brooks is afraid of going outside the walls because he's outside the walls, he's an ex-con with arthritis. He's used up, and he'd have a hard time getting a library card, right?
Sure.
And when he gets out, that proves to be true. It's hard for him to have opportunities. The world has changed so radically since he left. But what does Brooks in is not just that the world has changed so much, it's the belief that he can't evolve with it.
Right.
Because it is hard, and he does have to evolve with it. And that's the thing. We often accurately surmise, oh, this is going to be difficult.
Yeah, it probably will be.
we often
That's life.
We accurately look at this and say, wow, this is not something I've done before or not something I'm used to. But where we get caught and where it's a mental prison is, and I can't do it.
Right.
The fact is you can. Was it Henry Ford who says whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right?
You're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I would say. It comes down to challenging those assumptions, those mental assumptions.
Just like Henry Ford. He could be a Nazi.
Wait, what?
For such a pivotal role in such a big emotional movie, Tim Robbins really doesn't have to play very much very big.
No.
He does such a good job. Which is ironic, because he's gigantic. He's one of like 4 actors that are taller than me.
Is he taller than you?
Dude, he's like 6'7" or something.
Huh.
Andy, do you hear that?
Pay attention when there's group shots, and you'll notice like, oh,
Big
he's
guy.
really tall.
Looking for something beautiful looking to spread some hope. This reminds me of a similar scene in Life is Beautiful, which was filmed about the same time, so I think it's just a coincidence. I don't think one influenced the other. But where he plays the music for his wife from their first date over the concentration camp speakers.
Yeah, beautiful scene.
These guys live their life in a harsh place without beauty, without hope.
This shot is so beautiful, like starting down low with everybody, and then you come up to this angel playing music, and it's a rusty old speaker, but everyone is just staring and having this moment.
Because they don't have anything wholesome or pure or decent in their lives for the most part.
Andy? Andy?
I have no idea to this day what those two Italian ladies were singing about. Truth is, I don't want to know. Some things are best left unsaid. I like to think they were singing about something so beautiful it can't be expressed in words, and makes your heart ache because of it. I tell you, those voices soared, higher and farther than anybody in a great place dares to dream.
Frank Darabont is a very good writer and director.
Little cage and made those walls dissolve away. And for the briefest of moments, every last man at Shawshank felt free.
Because then later we see, of course, that he's locked himself in that room, and they have to break the window to get him. And this is both spreading hope to his friends and raising a middle finger to authority. It makes me think of times when you're a kid, when you're doing something, you're like, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this,
and I'm so happy about it.
I love that Morgan Freeman is kind of like he's the recipient of Andy's hope spreading, right? Yes. throughout the film. And that's Andy's resilience, and that's what keeps him going, is not just keeping it here, but sharing it around.
Hey, look who's here.
Maestro.
Hey. And you couldn't play something good, huh? And Hank Williams or something?
They broke the door down before I could take requests.
Was it worth it? 2 weeks in the hole?
Easiest time I ever did.
There's no such thing as easy time in the hole.
That's right, a week in the hole is like a year. Damn straight.
I had Mr. Mozart to keep me company.
So they let you tote that record player down there, huh?
It's in here. In here. That's the beauty of music. They can't get that from you. Haven't you ever felt that way about music?
I played a mean harmonica as a younger man. Lost interest in it, though. Didn't make much sense in here.
Here's where it makes the most sense. You need it so you don't forget.
Forget?
Forget that there are places in the world that aren't made out of stone, that there's something inside that they can't get to, that they can't touch. It's yours.
What are you talking about?
Hope.
Hope. Let me tell you something, my friend. Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane. It's got no use on the inside. You better get used to that idea.
Like Brooks did?
And Brooks left and took his own life on the outside. If you've been with the show for a while, I don't know, it was a year or two ago, but I brought up one of my all-time favorite books, which is Man's Search for Meaning by Victor Frankl.
We were getting there. How long does it take Jono to talk about Man's Search for Meaning?
In this case, a few months at least, right? It's been a minute. A very impactful book for me. For those who haven't read it, Victor Frankl, concentration camp, Jewish Holocaust, lost his family, lost everything, and his whole...
Well, he survived a concentration camp.
Yeah, he survived a concentration camp, and he talks about the people who made it versus the people who didn't. And generally, the people who made it realized one thing, which is that the Nazis could strip away everything, their rights, their freedom, their lives, their health, they could torture them, they could do all sorts of stuff. They had no control over this unless it was given to them.
Right.
And he talked about how the people who honor their traditions, the people who sang their songs together, the people who instead of fighting over the last scrap of bread would share what they had, right? That hope would keep them going, and not even necessarily hope for survival, although sometimes that's the case. It's just the hope of
remaining a good person.
Yeah.
Keeping your humanity in inhuman conditions.
Can I still be me?
Yeah.
And I also think even if we're hoping for something that doesn't come to pass, that can still serve us. I think of Castaway with Tom Hanks. And he says to Helen Hunt at the end, she's married, she's moved on. The very thing he kept his hope alive for was to be reunited with her. And that's not how it worked out. But he says, you kept me alive.
Yeah.
Right. And there are times that we hold on to something and it's not what plays out, but it gets us where we need to be. And when Morgan Freeman is saying there's no place for hope here, hope can drive you insane. It can drive you insane if you tether your hope to a certain outcome.
Right.
Instead of tethering your hope to, I got to hold on to something, you know? And maybe that something doesn't pay off, but it got me to where I am. And now what's the next thing? And, man, this is such a badass movie.
It's so good.
Now he's out. Andy told him to look behind the certain rock in the certain place. Andy's been out for a while.
Well, been out. Andy got out.
Andy escaped.
He dug his way out with a rock hammer.
Whereas he was paroled.
As soon as he stopped caring.
Yeah, as soon as he stopped caring.
He went in and basically gave him the middle finger and they paroled him.
There's no one here, but he's so used to prison life that he has to check and make sure.
He's scared, yeah.
Dear Red, if you're reading this, you've gotten out. And if you've come this far, maybe you're willing to come a little further. You remember the name of the town, don't you?
Seawright.
I could use a good man to help me get my project on wheels. I'll keep an eye out for you, and the chessboard ready. Remember, Red, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I will be hoping that this letter finds you, and finds you well. Your friend, Andy.
And you think about no good thing ever dies. Like if we look at, I'm going to go to another Morgan Freeman movie, Batman Begins. There's a jump over. But when he talks about, like, as a man, I can be killed, I can be bought, I can be bullied, like, but as a symbol, I'm incorruptible, right?
Yeah.
I'm everlasting. And that's the thing about hope, is that people die.
Sure.
And dreams sometimes die, either because we lose sight of them, or we lose hope in them, or just because they don't pan out. Mm-hmm. But the idea of hope is how we win battles. The battle's worth fighting. It's the thing that we pass on to the people that we care about. When you have children, you grow old, you die, they carry on. Your hope that you've passed to them is a better world, right?
Right.
And sometimes, as we talked about in an earlier video, sometimes a better world doesn't happen on a macro level. On a macro level, the world is still as effed up as it ever was.
Sure.
But on the micro level.
Although statistically speaking, that's also not true.
Is it? Oh, that's good.
The world is getting better. Just doesn't feel like it sometimes.
Now that Henry Ford is dead. And how do we build that? Because we pass the hope along.
Yeah.
And psychologically speaking, what gets you through the hardest times of life? Like I said earlier, it can be a hope for a better tomorrow, but if that better tomorrow never comes, it can be a hope for a better you to deal with all the shit.
I hope to one day, direct a studio movie, win awards, and have millions of people see my film.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
Probably won't, frankly. There are a lot of people who hope for that same thing, and most of them are more talented than I am.
And if you tie your worth to a particular outcome, then you may lose your self-worth.
Yeah.
What if you tie your worth to your growth, which is something you can control, right?
Absolutely.
Even if it's in pursuit of an outcome that you may
Sure.
accomplish, which is fantastic, but like you pursue that outcome, you don't achieve it, but who have you become? And that makes it worth it. And I think of so many things that I've been through in my life where I wanted a specific outcome, it didn't happen. And I could hate on myself, or I could say, hey, I like myself better than I did, a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, because of this process.
Yeah.
I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
And in some cases, you escape the prison. Some cases, you're released from the prison. Some cases, you walk out yourself.
I for a long, long time tied my value as a person to my accomplishments.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, this is a thing that I learned from the way I was raised. And it's not because, my parents were bad people or doing the wrong thing. They were sort of giving me their programming that they had gotten.
Yeah.
And I hated myself for a long time because I wasn't accomplishing the things that I felt like I should accomplish. Hope became poisonous because I hoped for an outcome. I didn't hope for growth for myself. And it took therapy to understand all those things that I just said because I couldn't see that.
Self-improvement and growth are such abstract concepts. It's only when you have enough experience in life to realize, oh, growing made me more able to face life.
Yeah.
Growing made me more able to face myself in the mirror. Growth seems like such a pitiful consolation prize until you recognize, oh, growth is actually everything.
It's literally the only thing.
Yeah, it is the only way that you face life better. It's the only way that you love yourself more. It's the only way that you help people better. And it's the only way that the things that you do accomplish happen because you've grown.
Right.
There is no price tag on that. And those are the prison walls, those limiting self-beliefs that I talked about earlier that you're talking about, that will set us free.
Just remember, like that old saying in England that doesn't really exist, but exists definitely at the end of season 1 of Ted Lasso. It's the hope that kills you.
Did you just undo our entire episode with that?
Sure did.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks to our patrons who chose this episode for us. You're all wrong. So until next time.
I hope I can make it across the border. I hope to see my friend and shake his hand. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams.